Okay, so this is the Zoo Man again. And listen, what I want to talk about is what nobody else is talking about. Sure, all these people on CNN, even Fox News, CNNBC, they're all reporting news. Well, Fox News is really the only one reporting news. But all these people, all these anchors, they're merely just rehashing stuff, but nobody's really giving you true insights as to really what's going on, what they believe is insightful, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. As far as reporting the news, what's really going on, heck, I can do that from my living room and quite frankly can do a better job than 90% of the people doing that. And what do they have that I don't have, except, resources and, you know, national spotlight, notoriety, and quite frankly, lots of money. But as far as insights, let me give you an example. Nobody predicted the riots that occurred in 2020 except me. I mean, who else did that but me? I was the only one that predicted that. And only 93 of you really viewed that on my video, on my YouTube videos, you know. And thank you for all those people that commented and supported me for that. But really, other than you guys, nobody else saw that. And thanks again for supporting me through that. But I'm going to try to give you some insights today and make a prediction or two about what's really going to happen. So I don't know if anybody knows this. I'm sure people do. But as we stand right now, we as Americans, we depend on the Chinese for 97% of our pharmaceuticals. Now, that's our prescription medications. Now, a lot of you know that we get all our vitamins and all our supplements and stuff from China and some from India, but I'm talking about stuff that's compounded that our pharmacists used to do. Today, our pharmacists do nothing more than pretty much just, they're pill counters, essentially. They go to all this schooling and they go to universities and they do nothing more than just count the pills. So really, do we need them at this point in time? Not really. I mean, sure, they know drug interactions, but so do our doctors. So why do they get all this money? I mean, we can count the pills ourselves. That's another story. So I'm going to give you some basic business principles and why we got into this mess we're in now. One of the positions I held in my careers, I had two careers. The first one was I was middle management. Now, people mistake what middle management is, but I used to run some of the biggest hospitals in New York City during the 80s and then first part of the 1990s. But I was managing housekeeping, laundry, linen during the AIDS epidemic in New York City and was responsible for bringing universal precautions. A lot of people think it was some doctor. It wasn't. It was me. I was in the infection control committee when we first came up with the idea, but the idea was mine. Okay? Now, I'm sure there's dozens of people claiming credit for it, but it was me. And my first thought, I was in my 20s at the time, was I only wanted more budget money for the red bags that we were going to implement because we were going to use a lot more of them. And that was one of the reasons I brought the idea up, was I wanted more money for my budget, as silly as that sounded, but, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But I trained in implementing cleaning procedures also during that epidemic, and I trained thousands and thousands of people. In the second part of my career, I was a business development manager and trained salespeople. Now, one of the cardinal rules that I told people, the salespeople, was You never count on one customer for all your business. In other words, you may have one customer that's gigantic and you're going to make a lot of money from that one customer. But what happens if you lose that customer? That's right. You lose all your income. So now it's the same thing in a supplier, okay? The Chinese are supplying all our medicine. So that's where we are now, okay? They're not going belly up, but they got a stranglehold on us with our medication. And they're a communist country. So do they love us or hate us? Do I need to tell you the answer to that? They absolutely hate us, okay? So what's in it for them besides money to give us what we need and what we want? Nothing. So they got us by the short hairs, okay? There's no reason for them to help us. None. So while your aunt, your uncle, your mother, your sister, your brother is suffering from diabetes, or maybe your grandfather or your brother is going in for spine surgery and they need pain medicine, or it's an ongoing issue, they need monthly medicine. They may not even have the medicine now, but wait 30 days, 60 days, there's going to be no medicine. Wait and see what's going to happen. Now, here's my prediction. You think that there's drug problems now. Let's say somebody in your family is on pain medication. I'm going to use that because a lot of people say there's an epidemic with pain medication, and there is. But there's a lot of people in this country that take it that really need it, okay? These are the people that are going to become addicts. Now, what's going to happen is the Mexican drug cartels are going to start funneling illegal drugs into this country, and they're going to make more and more money. And the people that cannot get it, who legitimately need pain medicine, they're not going to have a legal resource for this medicine. They're going to have to start buying it through illegal means. Those are the people that are going to start overdosing. Because why? They're going to have to buy it from these illegal outlets, and what's going to happen? It's going to be mixed with this other garbage, whatever, this fentanyl, what other kind of crap is in it. That's where they're going to start having a crisis. And people are going to start, the feces is going to start hitting the fan when so-and-so's grandfather dies of an overdose. This is not a Democratic problem, a Republican problem. This is an American problem, folks. And it's not a laughing matter. That's one issue. There's going to be people that need diabetic medication, heart medication. And this is not something that's going to happen. It's happening now, but you wait and see. In 30 days, 60 days. Listen, you know why this happened? It happened because of greed. You think it's a toy problem or this problem. Listen, we depend on China for way too many things for far too long. This crap has got to stop. This is the Zoo Man reporting. Wake up, America. Give me your comments.